Hey guys, welcome to another episode of RefCard where we got something special lined up for you guys today. We have a LP570-4 Superleggera. This car is meant for corners, it's meant for high speed, it's meant for any track in any part of the world. So that means you gotta have immense aero, you gotta have aerodynamics to hunker the front and the back down. If not, at high speed you're gonna lose it. We have aero rakes in the front that divert air from the left to the right to the middle. This gets thrown to the middle of the car all the way to the back to the Venturi tunnels that hunker the back down, whereas when it hunkers the back down, the front gets a little bit lower as well because air is pushing against the front bonnet. That means if air is pushing up this area here, hitting here, traveling up, there's more force exerted on the front, therefore the front drops down. Air glides up here, all the way, comes here. These small holes here is what lets the heat out. So when air comes over this part, the heat is released, the cold air takes the hot air to the back. But you say, hot air is less dense. Correct. That's why you have a surplus of air coming from the front. No matter how much of hot air is coming from here, the cold air will supersede the amount of hot air temp, therefore giving you downforce at the rear. And remember those Venturi tunnels I told you about? That's all of them lined up. This, if you guys see any car with this on the front, on the side, and you're always wondering why does the rest of the paint look fine and this looks absolutely bad. This is what you call PPF. This is factory PPF. So why have it on the side when stones are at the front? You might think so, but no. They have it in the correct place. This is the correct place because when you are driving a Lamborghini such as this, it's a performance car, you are going to have semi-slicks or full slicks on it. So when you drive forward and you're doing 180, 200, 250 on the track, whatever stones that flick up from here are going to hit your rear quarter. They're going to hit this here, you're going to hit here, you're going to hit here. And if it goes back enough further wide, it's going to get into your radiator cooling here. So this is PPF. This can be replaced. You see here, it ends there. So heat shrink it, remove it, you get the same background at the back of this. Matter of fact, when you remove this, the paint will be brand new under here. And then the ultimate Lamborghini Performante 570-4. So 570 horsepower, 4-wheel drive. 4-cylinder? No. 4-cylinder is in your Isuzu. This one is 4-wheel drive. And then we have the Italian flag, Forza Italia, all the way to the front to signify it is a Superleggera, which means super light. That means you do not get any luggage. You do not get any bags that say Lamborghini on top. It's empty. The front is empty. So Superleggera. Matter of fact, they reduced the weight of the Superleggera from normal Gallardo by about 120 kilos. This is the front of the car. You might ask, where's the battery? Simple. Remove this, drop this panel out, have your battery here, and you can remove the points from here and from here, and you can replace the battery, but you have to remove this shielding here because no way you can get this big battery out of this slot, which is 4 fingers wide. So if you're done changing your battery, put back the respected panels, tilt. So preferably if you can use a coin here will be good. I'm trying to use my fingernail, which is shot to pieces. Yes, so it's locked, it's tight. So yes, batteries behind here. The balance of your wiring, your harness, everything is tucked in right at the back here. So it's flush, it's neat, it's clean. And one thing nice is that the boot rubber is still lovely. It's not cracked, it's not old, it's still good. So same disease with the rear quarter panel. The headlights have been completely protected. Don't worry, it's not cracked. This is PPF, as you can see. That's the end of the PPF. So if you can see the light at the back here, it's perfect, apart from a few blemishes due to the gum. So if you remove this whole thing, it's going to be a brand new light under here. Attenzione, attenzione. Use only brake fluid. Glycol type 4925. Up front on the Superleggera, we have carbon ceramic brakes on the front, which go up to, I'm not mistaken, 1500 to 2000 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. So these brakes really can take you around Imola anytime, any day. 6 piston, carbon ceramic. I'm not mistaken, the discs are around 15 inches in diameter, 15 inches in diameter, roughly the same as a rim. The rims on this car, front is 235, 35, 19. And the back, at the back, how much wider do you think it is? I think it's a lot wider. I think the first number is a 3. So let's see together. The first number. Ooh, I was wrong. The first number is a 2, but it's 295, 50. 5019. 295, 5019. 50. That's very thick. That's what you'd have on your Almera, roughly. So rear 50. Why 50? There's no reason for 50. That's 45 is valid, 40 is valid. 50. I'll come back to you on that. I'm still jumbled up by that. 4 piston calipers at the rear, carbon ceramic of course. A separate caliper, if you look here, separate caliper for your handbrake. So this is for actually for your handbrake. It's not additional braking. Handbrake, that's braking. So this bonnet, or this boot, or this frunk is made out of complete carbon fiber. So one finger, still one finger. So there's one damper. I got scared, I thought there was no damper. I saw they said there was a damper. It's a 5.2 litre V10. Churning out 550 to 600. Yes, I'm right. 570 horsepower from its naturally aspirated Audi V10. It's the same engine you find in the Q7, the same engine you find in the S8, and the same engine you find in the RS6, if I'm not mistaken. They have just got the engine tuned up a little bit more, changed the exhaust, the map, the intake system a little bit, got a bit more air velocity in there, and that's it. Other than that, they did nothing. It is the Audi engine, in fact, under everything. Yeah, it says Lamborghini, it says Lamborghini. It is Audi under everything. So here we have the oil pressure lines. We have some oil fuel lines there that goes to an accumulator. And if you can see, the valve cover is all the way down here. So here, this is the valve cover here. You can see my one single finger is touching. Come on, yep, that is the valve cover. So your coils are sitting under here. So basically, you'll have to remove this cover, these power lines and a few others just to change the spark plugs. The bellow, the only wear and tear item I can see as is on the car is these air intake bellows, which look like they could be in better condition. Yes, they are still soft, which indicates they're in good condition. But I don't know. I'm a BMW guy all my life, and we've never known imperfections such as these. And that, look at that waviness. Like, how is that symmetrical? How is that perfection? And this little thing down here, this is your olio filtro. So your oil filter goes in here. It only takes 25 Newton meters, the same as the E39 530. To second my motion, what I said, the engine is from Audi. Look at that, it's Audi. And then the Audi. And then the Audi. And then I told you, the Audi. See that badge there? That's Lamborghini, correct, but that's Audi. The Ferrari has very nice screws that bolt the airbox together. These Torx bolts very easily get threaded, which means you can put in a Torx bolt in there, and it might wear out and grind out the thread, and you can't open the box. So I've had experience with these bolts, these screws, and they never age well. Audi being German, safety is number eins. So they put another strengthening beam here, heat shielding here. Unlike the Ferrari, is it still open? It's locked. Unlike the Ferrari, it's completely sealed up. Heat will not be getting to your precious carbon fiber. They will not be warping the chassis because of the immense heat from the exhaust. And your bag stays fine, nothing melts. And yes, even being a supercar, you have your rear view camera up here. Yep, that's a camera embedded in the carbon fiber spoiler. Oh, and yes, being Italian, look at that. Rusty bolts. It's like you have carbonara and then you're like, wait, where are my shredded pieces of guanciale? See? This is the guanciale. Without it, it's not Italian. You see the rust? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not too bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 95% of the boot screws are rusted. And the car is not 30 years old. That's a V10 noise. That is a naturally aspirated V10 with over 500 horses. Custom exhaust. 120 pounds lighter. It has been heat-ended. That's why it sounds this loud. If it's a normal Lamborghini, it won't be sounding this loud. It's a little bit more. So you can see the engine is standing. I stand a bit closer. So as you can see, the cold start was insane. Like completely insane. The engine is by Audi, but then they said, why not we put the cold start extremely loud at 5,800 RPM. But yeah, it's a Lamborghini. It looks good. It is a Superleggera. I verified it. The carbon fiber panels on the door, the interior, the roof, the seats match the Superleggera, especially with those big ass calipers right there. So let's get in and see how it looks like. Alright, as you can see by the interior, I'm sitting at least 30% lower than I did in the Ferrari. That is because Lamborghini has always been trying to compete with Ferrari. And yes, Alcantara steering wheel, it feels nice. The car is about 10 years old already and it still feels good. The finish on the carbon fiber is amazing. So if you look here, you have the door strap to open the door here. And you have the door release, which is here, also carbon. And the mechanism inside that's helping all this work is also carbon. And oof, this is aluminium. So they could go full carbon fiber with the entire door, but then they were like, okay, never mind, let's just not waste our time doing the speaker cover outlets. The only button on the right side says right. So we know this is the right side, that's why there's the right button here. No, this is reverse. So if we click this, it goes to reverse. There is no reverse in the middle here. There is only Corsa. There's only Corsa, Auto and Sportivo. The instrument cluster, because it's a Superleggera, it is a white and gold face with red needles and gold dials. So we have the red line at about 8250 RPM. The top speed theoretically is 210 miles per hour, which translates to Queen's English 340 kilometers per hour, which is fucking fast. Center console, carbon fiber. Handbrake, carbon fiber. Center inlay, carbon fiber. Aircon surround. Take a guess. Carbon fiber. The enclosure for your batteria, temp oilio, press oilio. Press oilio means oil pressure, oil temperature, and batteria, as you can surmise, it means battery. So all three up here. I thought seeing this in videos and all will be quite far from the driver, but no. From the driver's seat, I can actually see the numbers, I can see the dials, I can see where my levels are at.
And the air conditioning system is quite fancy because it's placed almost vertically. It's not placed horizontally towards the drivers like most cars. Actually, if you look at it, the aircon vents on the center console of the 2005 Proton Wajah looked a bit like this. If one of you have a 2005 Proton Wajah, go and look at your center aircon vents. The left and right are the one with the lines, but the center vents look like this. Maybe we can sell it to a Lamborghini owner. You see, one thing that I really dislike with Italians, I have no clue why. Why can't they do something like the Germans, okay? Look at this, My accelerator would be here in a normal car. But no, my accelerator is all the way down here. Should be up here, here. But no, it's all the way down here. And where is the brake, you may ask? Yeah. And if you look at my legs are curved inwards. By right, my legs are supposed to be like this. So when I heel and toe, you see, it's perfect. But if I heel and toe here, I'm going to be crushing my family jewels. Look at that. How do you heel and toe with the far left? And the audacity of Lamborghini, putting your footrest right in there. This one here, see? That's a footrest, that's the brake, that's the power. How dare you put a footrest here to just annoy your users? Like, look how close it is to the brake. Listen, look. How is that safe? Oh, I'll just rest my foot. We have maintenance of the old V10. So 10 spark plugs, 1 oil filter, 5 or 6 drain plugs. So if let's say you buy this car today, right now, you buy this car. First thing I would do is put aside, let's say 15 grand. Change all the fluids, brake pads. When I mean all the fluids, power steering, gearbox, engine, coolant, brakes, everything. If it has a fluid, replace it. Next, valve cover gaskets, plug seals, spark plugs. If the ignition coils are bad, replace all 10 of them. You will see a shit ton of difference when you replace the coils. Air filters, I would suggest BMC, K&N, and that's it. That's it. Apart from a few vacuum leaks you might have to check, which is normal. Age, rubber, doesn't go well. Apart from that, nothing will go wrong. Why? Because it's an Audi underneath. You know, Lamborghini has always been on the forefront of pushing speed, technology, engine displacement, hybrid productions. They have pushed the envelope so much that cars like this slip through the cracks. This is a Superleggera. It's rarer than a standard Gallardo. It is lighter than a standard Gallardo. It's faster. It's more responsive. It's more intuitive. One more main thing is it an appreciating asset or depreciating asset? Well, I think it's an appreciating asset. Why? Limited run, increased horsepower, more carbon fiber, more aero, more creature comforts, and more Alcantara. It's not a standard Lamborghini that you're buying. It is a Lamborghini that's made for the track, but does so very well on the road. It's a Lamborghini for drivers who want to drive, who want to feel that jolt from the gear shifting up from a single clutch, the feeling from the V10 pushing you back into your seat, mid-engine. It's everything dreams are made of and more for us guys, for us men and females at that. You can buy this car, take it to Sepang, stock standard, and it will put up a fight against anything in its path. Just don't let it be a Chiron or Veyron. Other than that, I think you're fine. This is one of those Lamborghinis you never have to touch, you never have to alter, because it's already been done tastefully at that. The rims, the brakes, the accents on the body, the amount of intake, air, volume and velocity you have popping into your intakes at high speed and at low speed. It goes on and on. The fact of the matter is, it is a Lamborghini supercar for the road, and it won't break the bank. Let's shut it down. I think we should just leave it.